Hello friends, this is a climate change presentation prepared by Emge Crespo. Today I'm going to discuss on the climate change and the impacts of climate change in the world today. Introduction. Climate change refers to long-term changes in average weather patterns of an area caused mainly by increased greenhouse gas emissions from human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and unsustainable agriculture practice. Climate change and environmental degradation today have become the greatest problems, challenge that affects most of the communities globally. In Uganda, particularly in the Teso sub-region and Ngora district, Kapiri community, these environmental problems are becoming increasingly visible through changing weather patterns, declining agricultural productivity, air pollution, and poor waste management practice. We are going to check on the climate change impact. For example, in Uganda, the Teso region, Kapiri community in Ngora district, you find that there has been a lot of climate change impact in the community. For example, farmers this year realized a delayed onset of rain, which affected farming. You can also see that due to the drought, climate change, there has been a growth of occurrence of pests and crop diseases that have affected most of the agricultural farms in the region. That has resulted into low yields in agriculture, which is a problem to the communities today. We are going to look into the solutions to the climate change impacts. First of all, you find that globally, our countries are working together through agreements such as the Paris Agreement to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit global warming. When you come to Uganda, Uganda has also developed climate adaptation strategies through the Ministry of Water and Environment that promote tree planting, climate-smart agriculture, wetland restoration, and sustainable land management. You can check that on Ministry of Water and Environment 2021. So when you go up to the community level, in the Kapiri, realistic climate adaptation measures include planting drought-resistant crop varieties, practicing agroforestry by integrating trees with crops, conserving wetlands instead of cultivating them, harvesting rainwater for domestic and agricultural use, and educating farmers on climate-smart agricultural practices and planting indigenous trees to reduce soil erosion and improve rainfall regulations. You find that the government and the community leaders are really pressing hard to see that people in the communities adapt to such measures in order to prevent or to avoid the impact of climate changes in the area. We're going to check on the air pollution and its effects. Although Kapiri community is largely rural area, pollution remains a growing environmental concern as seen below. You find that smoke from biomass burning. Most common air pollution is smoke produced from burning firewood, charcoal for cooking, burning bushes. This has also brought the problem of air pollution in the community. You find that effects on health eye irritation, persistent coughing, asthma attacks, pneumonia among children, and chronic respiratory diseases among adults. When you check on the World Health Organization 222, estimates that household air pollution contributes to millions of premature deaths worldwide each year, especially in low-income countries where biomass fuels remain the primary cooking source. Another impact or effect of air pollution is dust from roads and agricultural activities. The second major pollutant is dust generated from unpaved roads, especially during the dry season. Motorcycles, bodabodas, vehicles, livestock movement, and harvesting activities raise significant amount of dust into the atmosphere. This has also been the major cause of air pollution in the area, most especially in the Teso region, not only there, but even other regions like Karamoja that are mainly dealing with the agriculture, that is animal agriculture. So let's check on waste management. Effective waste management is essential for environmental sustainability because it reduces pollution. When you look at the Environmental Protection Agency, that is 2024, you'll find, that is United States, you'll find a lot. If you read on that, you'll find a lot. But when you go back to mostly in the Kapir community, waste management remains largely informal. Most households dispose waste through open dumping, burning rubbish, composting organic waste, feeding food leftovers to livestock. So this happens not only in Kapir, but most of the areas in Uganda perform the same. Organic waste such as cassava peels, crop reduces, and food scraps is often composted or naturally. So that is all about waste management. Now when we look at the sustainability, to improve the sustainability, Kapir community could adopt several practical measures to introduce community waste collection points, household waste separation into biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials can be one of the sustainability measures. Community composting programs, recycling plastic bottles and metal waste, public awareness campaigns on proper waste disposal, reducing single-use plastics, supporting local by law against indiscriminate dumping. That is all about sustainability. So when you look at the climate change myth, we mainly have some of the misinformation about climate change can delay meaningful environmental actions. Two common climate myths include: myth 1, climate change is only a natural cycle. Scientific evidence shows that although as climate naturally changes over long periods, the rapid warming observed since the Industrial Revolution is primarily caused by human activities, especially the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation. When you check on IPCC 22023 United Nations 22024, you'll find that it records that information. Believing this myth discourages governments and individuals from reducing greenhouse gas emissions because people assume climate change cannot be prevented. Myth 2, individual actions do not make any difference. Some people believe that one person's actions cannot influence climate change. In reality, millions of individual actions such as planting trees, conserving energy, reducing waste, and using renewable energy collectively contribute to significant environmental improvements. This misconception reduces public participation in environmental conservation programs. Now, let's talk on the ozone layer protection. The ozone layer protects life on Earth by absorbing most of the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation. Certain chemicals known as ozone-depleting substances include chlorofluorocarbons damage this protective layer. So, in conclusion, this research demonstrates that climate change, air pollution, and poor waste management are already affecting Kapir community in Ngora district and the wider Teso region. Unpredictable rainfall, prolonged droughts, floods, declining crop yields, air pollution from biomass burning, and poor waste disposal threaten both livelihoods and public health. However, practical solutions already exist: climate-smart agriculture, tree planting, improved waste management, clean cooking, technology, environmental education, and community participation can significantly reduce these environmental changes. Thank you very much. You can go on and read the references below that I've put. May God bless you. Thank you.